Booty will make a nigga fall in love. Yes, ass. Booty will make a nigga fall in love. Feel what I'm saying? If you got a girl at work, you know what I'm saying, and she got an ass on her, you might not even notice that first, you know what I'm saying? One day, she started wearing fitting pants, or maybe she been working out her ass and got bigger. It start off like, damn, Sam, she kind of got an ass, right? It go like that for a couple weeks, and one day, she pulling pants up, wah, wah, it jiggle a little bit. You say, God damn, Sam, no, Sam got ass, right? Then you start looking at Sam's face. You say, you know what, man? Sam, she kind of cute. Sam actually kind of cute, man. I think I got a crush on Sam. You know what I'm saying? Ass make you fall in love, man. Like, ass will make you, like, look at a girl that you weren't even paying attention to. Like, her face didn't catch you, you know, your attention, but as time go by, you start looking at her like, damn. That's why I used to do the Walmart test, right? The Walmart test is when you develop a crush on a girl and you say, am I tripping? Am I tweaking? Would I look at this girl, you know, do a double tick in Walmart? And the fucked up thing about it is, once the crush already start and you try to do that method, your mind be like, yeah, I would. But you really wouldn't. You feel what I'm saying? Because you know how you know you wouldn't? Because when y'all first worked together and you first saw her face didn't catch your attention or nothing like that. That ass made you fall in love. But once your motherfucking mind and chemically, your mind start getting into it, now you like them. Feel what I'm saying? So, ass make a nigga fall in love. Feel what I'm saying? Oh, I want to touch on what I was talking about earlier. You know what I'm saying? About niggas being from Africa and India and all type of shit like that. I told you niggas that you can be from Africa and India. I says you can be. I did. When I say, you know, talk about recent history of black history, American history, fuck all that Cherokee and African shit. I acknowledge that, yes, black people do have Cherokee roots and they have African roots. They have Ghanaian roots. They have Arabian roots, you know what I'm saying, because of the slave trade, migration, you know what I'm saying. A lot of them people that went to Tulsa, you know, and built Black Wall Street and all that type of shit, they you know, they was migrating and they was mixing with Indians and stuff like that. So you're not talking to somebody who don't know the history, who don't know our history. But the reason I say you start off with the Black Wall Street and you start off with the Harlem Renaissance and things like that is because that's immediate history for us to grab onto. Then you start off with Joe Louis and 1930s and all that type of shit because that's tangible information. You know what I'm saying? Why would you go back and go to tribes and shit and put feathers in your motherfucking head, try to get with these people? These people don't fucking know you and you really don't know them. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of our ancestors, I've been getting into that, you know, Egyptian shit, you know what I'm saying? Anubis and Cleopatra and all that, and, you know, seeing how the pyramids was made. You know, I think anybody that looks at the pyramid or the Sphinx, you know, you fall down a rabbit hole because you try to figure out how the fuck did they make this. Let me tell you this. A lot of people that get into black culture and black history, you know, they kind of stray away from Christianity. I believe in Christianity and I believe in the Bible. First of all, people say it's the white man's book. The white man made you couldn't read. You know what I'm saying? They made sure that you couldn't read and they told you anything. You know what I'm saying? They used to say stuff like, yeah, God made me in his image. Then he made the Negro. You know what I mean? That wasn't in the Bible, but you ain't know that back then. You know what I'm saying? And the Bible isn't made by white people or Europeans. It's just translated from Europeans and shit like that. The Bible itself, the script, the scrolls in the Bible is older than the Bible itself. You know what I'm saying? All of them to make the Bible. So they talk about, you know, Egyptians and they talk about aliens helping them and aiding them. And to be honest, I actually like that, but it does conflict with my religion. You know, I believe in Christianity and stuff like that. What I think, what they were seeing in the afterlife, you know, the Book of the Dead, I really think that those was visions from demons and stuff like that. But people don't know about demons is, you know, people that believe in ancestors. You know, it's cool if you believe in ancestors. I'm not here to argue with you. But my belief is people that believe in Christianity, ancestors are familiar spirits. These are demons. And the reason why they do this is to keep that mythology around, you know what I mean? So that you can believe that ghosts exist, that ancestors exist. And look how long it lasts. But if you ever go to a ghost or an ancestor that you think is an ancestor of yours and you tell them, you know, go away, Jesus, and whatever, watch them act up. Watch the one that you like so much act up and start dragging you out your bed. And the reason why I believe the Egyptians' Book of the Dead is demons and not aliens is because if you really listen to their stories and all the stuff they got to go through in the afterlife, that sounds like some negative, horrible shit. If you really think about it, like they guide them, oh, this is what you're gonna have to take and guide into the afterlife. You know, you're gonna run across this person, that person. If your heart is heavy, all that sounds like some demonic shit, bro. It don't sound like no, angelic or afterlife stuff, bro. And this is what they believed in. You know what I mean? They really believe this, and they really kept this going. And that's what demons do. Demons keep mythology like that around, like all these spirituality. Like spirituality is not fake. The stuff that black people, ancestors and stuff do, that's not fake. That's in the Bible. The Bible tells you not to do that stuff. The witchcraft is in the Bible. So people say, "Oh, yeah, you turned against Africans and stuff, but Africans is a true religion, bro." That stuff is in the Bible. That stuff is not new. It tells you not to do that. Witchcraft, astrology, all that stuff, that's in the Bible. And that's what people don't understand. People always say, oh, it's a white man book, and they want to talk about history. If you actually read the Bible, anybody that reads the Bible, that's why people that don't agree with the Bible, when they actually sit down and actually read and study it, they realize all the stuff that's in the Bible, all the stuff that history could not, foretell. You know what I mean? Like the seeds that touch. Oh, nowadays they got a reason why they touch but don't mix, like a scientific reason. But back then they ain't even had no fucking cameras, no boats and shit like that. How the fuck somebody knew that to put that in the Bible? They even put that there was lakes and seas in the ocean. Ain't nobody, but they ain't had no damn submarines to go down there back then. So how they know they was down there? God told them that, and they put it in the Bible, and the Bible lasted all the way to 2025 and on. But they say that the Bible is fake. The Bible is not a white man's book. It's just translated from the Europeans, and you couldn't read back then. So they told you anything.